Go live. And there we are. We are live now. Hi, I'm James. I'm here joined with Matthew.
Hello.
And today I'm going to be doing a video on swapping out this Protec 3100 fire alarm control panel. I'm going to be swapping this panel out for this brand new Protec Algotech 6500 fire alarm panel. So I'm going to be showing the decommissioning and installation of the new system. So I'm going to start off by getting this old system ready for removal. So I'm going to bring the camera over here. The first thing I'm going to do is I've unplugged the wrong system. Unplug. I unplugged the notifier and the TS86. A few tangles down there. So you can hear the panels now beeping at me because I've unplugged its mains
as well.
So just going to mute the buzzer. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the door from the panel.
Does this panel have like?
Does the what?
Does this panel not require a key to operate controls?
Nope. It just requires code.
Is it like the S400?
No. So on these panels, you enter 13442 to enable controls, and you press 4 to escape. On the newer Protec 3500 panels, it's 134422, but they work a bit different. They're a bit weird. So took the door off the panel now, so that makes it a bit easier. So I'm just going to save those pegs because.
What's the opposite word of improvement?
I don't know. Right, so I'm going to undo this. That's a tad bit tight. So I'm going to save that screw. Open this door and just remove the batteries. So you can see there the panel's just down powered. So I've got two of these batteries in. Just long ones. I'll give these batteries to you, by the way, Matthew, because I'm not going to need these because I've got a few.
Do you want the dead C-Sec ones back?
If you want, because I can dispose of them. The battery bin.
Either that, or I can dispose of myself. I did with those other batteries when I took Zaf out to the recycling centre.
Sorry, it's up to you. Right, so now I've just undone the earth cable to the door and removed the ribbon cable. So now just press in that little tab and pull these door pegs out.
You can actually remove
Yep, so remove the inner door now. Like so. I'm just going to save all the little washers and nuts for when I put this back together later. So now that's out. So you can pop the door down, and now just start removing the wiring for the detection and stuff. So just get. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello?
Well, yeah.
My internet is shocking. What's it connected to? Technical difficulties, please stand by.
Well, I'm standing by. How long will it last? Oh,
Can you hear me?
yeah.
Sorry, a bit of technical difficulties there. But
You
I
seem to
think
always
I think I've resolved them. So start taking down the old devices now. So I've got a fire crier here as well. So I'm gonna start taking this all down, and then once this is all down, we'll start getting the new panel ready for the installation. So the system I'm upgrading here is just an old Protec conventional panel from I think about 2005. This panel's from, although it had a new circuit board put in it around 2015. But that's the system currently in situ. But I'm putting in a shiny new Protec 6500. Not a cheap panel at all. Definitely. Yeah, it's cost me quite a lot, but was worth it.
This Protec
Really,
the case. Where my joy has to because they have Protec.
Best kit on the market. C-Tech and Protec are pretty much the two best on the market. The ZFP running cast protocol, that's solid for like small to.
I'm only biased about C-Tech because of their Hush Pro and Hush Active stuff.
We've got the ZFP and Cast Pro and all that. That's very good kit, but I think Protec has got the advantage of looks. It looks incredible. Whereas C-Tech have gone very much not for looks, they're going fully functionality over looks. Protec are blending the two very, very well. Anyway, there's the Vimpex. Yeah, so Protec, one thing that astonishes me about Protec is their false alarm resilience. They're very, very resilient to false alarms.
I don't know. Maybe this live stream might actually give Protec a good reputation.
Yeah, because a lot of people are moving to Protec now. I've seen a lot of companies start installing Protec now because it is worth it. It's open protocol. It's easy to get your hands on. The company are amazing to work with, and it's been a great experience overall. Just getting this panel ordered and stuff. They're very, very willing to help. I mean, I ordered mine through Acorns in the end, but I was going back and forth between Protec as well. But in the end, I did end up going to Acorns just because it was just I'm more familiar with ordering from Acorn Fire and Security, so I just thought I'd go to them.
I've never them. I find them too expensive.
It was cheaper to go to them than it was to. In the end, it was cheaper to go to them than it was to Protec for this.
Okay.
So yeah, the old panel's off the wall now. Got the old mains lead there, which I'm not going to be reusing because it's using quite an old style of plug, which is rather dangerous. So
what kind of plug?
It's just an old 3-pin plug, but it's not got any insulation on the. It's not got insulation on the pins or anything, so it's on the live and neutral pins. So it's quite an old style of plug. So I've swapped. I'm going to be remaking a full new mains lead.
I see.
There we are. So the panel's off the wall now. So that's at least nice and done now. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to put this hole to one side. I'm going to get this coil point off. That back box I'm going to remove, but it will be getting put up again for the new coil point. Some bits are getting reused, some are not. But yeah, so there's the rest of the old panel. You can see it's quite thin compared to the new one.
Wait, that's thinner than the new panel? You told me that the new panel was one of the thinnest you've ever seen.
No, 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 that one, the old one's one of the thinnest panels I've seen. That new one's quite a chubby panel, that. But the reason why it's so chunky is because genuinely it's just got so much to it. It's such an advanced panel, really, for for everything that it can do. Algotech 6000 protocol is one of the best protocols out there, really, for what it can do. It's a really high end protocol.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll prefer even Protec 6000 over any addressable Zyton system, but it's still almost as boring like any modern firearm system. But I guess it's good that they still use U-style KSC call points.
I don't know whether they will, because I have a feeling they're going to move over to something different because of the Bosch takeover. I'm not sure what's going to be happening with Protec. I don't know whether Protec are still going to just stay the way they are or whether some other stuff's going to happen. But I've noticed, like, even like on the packaging, it all says Protec, a Bosch company now, which makes me wonder whether they're going to start using Bosch equipment as well as their own.
Do Protec themselves actually still install firearm systems?
Yeah, so you can pull out a maintenance contract with Protec, but I wouldn't recommend it because pretty much once you've got a maintenance contract with Protec, you're screwed. You're pretty much stuck with them because they lock your panel. So they right now my panel's open protocol, but the thing Protec will do is they'll have a contract code on that panel. I think you can get them to unlock it, but
well, can you
I think
say memory maybe
no. So you need all the contract codes from Protec and stuff, and it's just a bit of a nightmare. So there we are. There's the old call point, which is a 3000 MCP.
Oh, right, yeah. It's got an LED in it, or?
Yes, it does, which I find quite weird. I've never seen a 3000 MCP with an LED. I put that label on the back because the original label kind of just fell off, but that slide is new as well because that slide, the original one just didn't work properly. It had an old logo on it. Speaking of, I need to get some glass for one of the call points because I haven't got some glass. So let me open up this panel, find some glass.
Are you going to use glass?
Yeah, well, it's because I've got one of the call points that's going to be used. Sorry about that. One of the call points that's going to be used is one of these.
Yeah, okay. I get it.
An older 6000 6000 BKG.
I guess you'll just be replicating an Asda fire alarm system here, whilst trying to give Protec a good reputation, which so far you haven't.
Asda fire alarm systems are quite high spec, to be honest. They've got very good systems in them. Usually they have 6300s, which get quite a bad name because of the nature of being closed protocol. But the 6300 panels, I still stand by the fact that they are incredible panels. They really are. And the 6400 panels, they were well ahead of their time. So I think Protec isn't a brand to really. I mean, yeah, they were a bit weird back in the day, but they've really got some very good stuff out now. So I say Protec's one of the companies I will stand by quite well, just because they have really improved how they've kind of run over the years, and have just made themselves more open protocol, so more people can fit it. And their equipment is just top notch, really. So that's where
it's not worth it. Never been one without Protec.
There we are. So I've got the old conventional 3000 devices down now. So I'm going to just take that call point off. Right. Oh, by the way, notable mention for something I got today. It is faulty as far as I'm aware. Is this Protec 3000 heat detector, but it's quite an old one.
Yeah, it's probably one of the earliest made.
Yeah, it probably is. Just another thing to mention, I do have a heat detector that could go onto this system, but I'm not going to be using it just because I can. It's just a pain to test them.
Yeah, we can put it on.
Yeah, I can. I can expand the loop anytime I want. Right, so that's all down now. So I'm going to start now by preparing some of the devices and stuff. So I've got my tub of devices there. So cable, not compliant cable at all, but this system isn't going for compliancy. It's going for dead network and it's a cool demo system. I mean, hell, the last one was wiring an intruder alarm cable, so at least it's a bit better than that. So got one back box prepared there, so I'm going to fit that one into its play. And then I'm going to just quickly drill another 20 mil hole into the bottom of this one so I can put another gland into it. Where is my 20 mil hole saw? Somewhere in here. Better be somewhere in here. I'll be well gutted if I've lost that. There we are. Got it. So I'm not going to try and show this on camera just because I'm trying not to drill through me under some idea. Right. Try and get it central. I think that's quite central there, that little dot.
Yeah,
so
that's perfectly central. How are you able to keep it still?
There we are. So little pilot holes drilled. So I know just kind of through. And then
Well, I'll tell you what, though,
no,
if you'd like trying to drill the holes into the Protec panel.
won't be too hard. That it'll probably only take me about 10 seconds.
No. It's never taken me 10 seconds to even drill through a hole in a back box like that.
That just took me about a second to drill through a hole in back box. Right tool for the right job, lad. That's what it takes. I mean, I'm out in the fields every day doing stuff like this. Well, not every day, but I'm out in the field every day, but I'm not always doing stuff like this. But when you're out in the field doing stuff, you just get the right tool for the job to get it done quick.
Do you think I'm ever going to be out in the field in that way?
Probably. Plenty of apprenticeship schemes on at many different companies, so plenty of places that are taking on. So yeah, there's a glance.
I think the only thing that's ever, got me the slightest close is just maintaining a friend. So that's makes it more likely, I suppose.
So I'm now just going to screw the gland into this back box now. So
I just hope it's not going to be, all that too late. I'm sure. I hope that by then there'll be a few vintage systems left in this country.
A lot of them are getting replaced just because they're starting to die. Is the main problem. Like they're just getting so old now that they're just starting to kind of just die off. Like a lot of the old Protec M80 panels and the M85s, they're being condemned now because of the indications stopping working on them with the bulbs and stuff in them because they used halogen. They use small halogen bulbs in them. Seen it. I don't know what any of that is. So now I've got my glands all ready on that back box now, so I can now do that.
The glands, they look a bit chunky, don't they?
It's because I've not screwed them down yet. So the new call points are going to be one of these 6,000 MCPs and an older 6,000 DKG.
In a nutshell, this is a replica of any Astor firing system of 6,000.
Not quite. A lot of them don't have. A lot of them don't have a mix of the new and old stuff. It's usually just six. Well, yeah, you'll find 6,000 and 6,000 plus on the same loops because they were made at the same time and they just kind of were tailored to different markets. Right. So
I'm gonna have to temporarily leave you two. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Yep, that's fine. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start preparing the new 6500 panel for installation. So, open the door on the panel now. And I'm going to remove the door from the panel. So, undoing the ribbon cable inside the panel. And now I think I just use a small flathead. Just press in that tab and then push up on the clip. Yep, and that's come up now. Wish my earbuds would stop falling out my ears, but the microphone on this tablet is terrible, so just so I didn't have to punish you all with that, I thought I would wear earbuds, but I might go and grab some headphones and swap to them. Right, so there we are. Take the door off. Just be careful with it, because obviously, very, very expensive panel here. Nearly $1.5 grand worth of panel. So I'm going to put them clips there. So I've got the door off the panel now, like so. So that's just going to be put safely to one side while I do the rest of the kind of dismantling of this panel. So
you can just
now,
like that.
Yep. So now just going to take out the gear tray. So you undo, I think it's 4. You undo fully two screws, and then you just loosen another 2, and you can pull the gear tray out. So loosen that and loosen that, and then you also just need to use a small 3.5 flathead screwdriver to undo the earth wire from the power supply. This doesn't apply if you've got an external charger on this panel, but for the integrated charger panel, you need to remove this earth lead. There we are. And now the gear tray will just lift out the panel, like so. And there's your entire panel pretty much on the gear tray. So now I've got a nice empty panel besides my battery straps and all of that. I'm actually going to remove the battery straps just for ease right now. I'm going to remove them. It's just going to make things a bit easier because I'm going to have to hoover this panel out afterwards and clean it before I install it.
Why?
Well, I'm going to have metal shavings and stuff off from when I drill, so can't have them. So there's the battery strap plate, so it's just got kind of straps to hold your batteries in. Right, so I'm actually just going to put the gear tray back for a second, just so I can mark out kind of where I need my cables to come in. Because I don't, this hurts. This is the one part that I hate, is having to drill into panels. It just hurts. It's like, it's such a perfect, lovely new panel, and then now I'm going ahead and putting.
Considering it's got no way to, or nowhere sort of pre. I don't know what to call it.
It's probably it's what's his name
off of the surface and hits you.
It's do I have a Sharpie on me anywhere? So I can just put a dot on where I need it. I had a Sharpie somewhere. Now, had is the main word there. It seems to have decided to bugger off and leave me, but I had a Sharpie.
I have loads of Sharpies. I don't tend to lose them normally.
Oh, I'm always losing them, me, lads. The two things that I'm constantly having go missing on me are Sharpies and screwdrivers. They just decide to. I think they just decide to just kind of vanish into thin air. I think they just look back and go, nah, screw this, bye. Oh, there's a Sharpie. Right. So I'm thinking I'm going to go there for my loop. Yeah, so my loop I'm going to bring in line with loop 4 terminal. It's only a one loop panel, but there we are. So I'll put a small dot there where I need that. And then my mains I'm going to bring in around here. So I'm going to put a small, anything straight that can just put a dot in there. I need something just kind of. There we are. Something long and straight. A Gardol IR772. That'll do. No, this is one that I removed recently. I've got a tub of about 10 of them. It's a bit too thick. Damn it. Backbox, will that space it out enough? Actually, yeah, that'll do. So I'll put a dot about there. Is that in line? Yeah, they both look about in line with each other. Sound. Right, now for the bit that just is going to hurt. Time to...
To a flat, slippery surface, it's going to slip off and... Yeah.
No, it's not. It'll go straight through. It's just... I hate drilling into... Because I've done it before.
I do it.
So just take it slow. Right. Do you know what? I'm actually going to swap to a drill for this stage because I can use a little bit of a trick, which is good for getting these, and so they don't slip. Is you get a drill, so just your normal combi drill, and then you set it to the hammer function for the first little bit, and it'll hammer in.
You not have a hammer function.
Well, that's not a drill. That's an impact driver.
I thought it was a drill. It looked like a drill. You were using
no, it's an impact driver. Right. So I'm just gonna. There we are. So put that little dent in there. So then now I can switch to normal drill. And then just put a little bit of lubricant on it. Not much, just enough so it doesn't burn out my bit.
I didn't know you could put lubricant on it.
Yep. Bit of WD-40 or something equivalent to that. Just something to lubricate your drill bit and not let it burn out.
What if you could use lubricant from Tesco?
Here we are. So I'm down through. Now I just need to get a 20 mil down through it. Okay, that doesn't look too bad right now. So that's gone about halfway deep now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wipe that. I'm going to flip over to the other side so it doesn't just burst out the back. And this tea towel can catch a lot of the metal shavings and also
That's good.
wipe off all the lubricant. There we are. Absolutely brilliant. Right. This hurts so much to do.
But I didn't see the slip off the impact driver.
Nope. I'm mentally hurt though, because I'm drilling into something that I paid nearly £1.5 for.
Yeah, and I had a little accident with something I paid £995 for. Don't know what you know about that. 40 miles.
I'm just taking it nice and slow here because I don't want to like, oh, drill bit grabbing a bit there. Oh, there we are, I'm through.
That's quick.
That's me power done. Yeah, I could have done that quicker, but because it like if it was a panel I'm installing on, if it was a panel I was installing on a site, I would have had that done well quicker than that. But for my own panel, I'm trying to make it as neat as I can because like right, so there we are. So I'm just
these as neat as you can.
It's what?
Wouldn't you be making both of these as neat as you can?
Yep. That's actually really nice. There's not even any burrs on that, really. Just nice, clean surface. Nice, big, clean surface. I've done a very good job at that, if I say so myself. I'm definitely going to need like a little handheld hoover or something because there's a lot of metal filings everywhere now. Probably wasn't a great idea to do this on a bed, but
yeah, I've done.
There you go. Right, I'll give that a wipe with a damp cloth afterwards. Right, so I'll just go around real quick with Stanley knife blade just to make sure that I'm deburring it entirely. I'm going to put a grommet on still because obviously keeping it safe. It's one of those, you can only drill into one of these once, and then once you've drilled it, you can't put it back.
Can't you get some sort of blanket plate for those holes?
Yeah, definitely, but it's one of them. I'd rather not be putting loads of blanking plates in, so I've made sure that everything's going to go in how I wanted it. Luckily, I have, and everything is how I want it, so...
Protec came with a lot of those blanking plate things.
Yeah. Right, so I'm gonna come across from the middle of there.
At least those I had on the JSB were actually removable.
Yeah. Right, so I'll switch to hammer function just to get me into position. And then now, our favourite part again. Drilling through the panel. Down I go and through. Okay. Yeah. So drilled through a bit there, so I'm now just gonna flip it over. Try and get a lot of them metal filings out. gonna just have to use like a blower or something on this panel just to like get rid of a lot of the stuff, but it's fine. Right, they're not fully level with each other, but I'm not too bothered if they're not fully level. I just want them to be close enough. Yeah, I'm through. Yeah, actually, they are quite level with each other. I don't know if they are off. Right, there we are. So I'll just get rid of a lot of the filings. Yeah.
Just bring your vacuum
Yeah,
cleaner. That's what I do.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna use a little Hoover and just do that. Right, so the messy part is done now. That's that bit done, which I would say I'm happy with, but friggin' hell, I don't know. That's halfway a traumatic experience there. Heyo. Oh, right. So. Right, so. Let's just get all of them filings into the corner there, where I can then get the vacuum on them. And yeah, so let's just get rid of a lot of those filings now. Right, so that's pretty much the messiest part of it all done because of the little metal filings there. Could I have done it a bit differently? Probably, but hang on, I've done it. Right, so I now just need to. Well, firstly, I'm going to move this 3000 panel out the room, so I will be back in a second to just go move this panel and stuff. And while I'm at it, I'm going to clean out that other panel. So 3100 right there.
Your mirror next to that key switch.
Have I got what?
No, never mind. Maybe it wasn't. I thought it was a mirror. But
No.
Door, isn't it?
Yep. Right, so I'm just going to quickly clean out this panel. I don't know if you can still hear me.
Yeah.
All right, you can.
As well.
Yeah, you'll hear something a tad bit louder in a second.
You sound like you got a microphone right up against your mouth right now.
Did I?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, right, okay. I'm going to change headphones soon, by the way. Right, so I'm just using a little air blower to just blow all of the metal shavings out the panel.
This is an air blower.
It's just a little thing that blows air out of it. Right, so I'm just going to use. So I've got the panel case now all drilled, cleaned. It's ready for install now. So I'm going to start. So I'm just going to get all of these metal filings off. There we are.
So one thing looks like a drill.
Kind of. Right, so I'm thinking I'm going to put the panel here. I'm going to put the panel around here. So I'm going to mark out holes, but I am going to use a level because I'm not a psychopath.
Well, I always use a level.
Yep. I'm going to use my mini level because the mini level is quite cool. Doing so much moving around, it's pulling the sheet off my bed. Right, I just took that back down. This I was going to say, I hope the 6500s are magnetic. They are.
What? I didn't think they were magnetic.
Yeah, it is. I just thought then, I don't know if they would have been aluminium or something.
You mean to the level, don't you?
Yeah, I didn't know whether it was going to be aluminium or something. Right, so I'm going to put the panel about there. I'm going to put it a tad bit higher up than the other panels just because it's like right next to my head. So I don't want to be. I don't want to roll over in the night and whack my head on a 6500 because that would hurt.
Well, unless you had a double bed, days.
Yep. So there we are. There we are, and there we are. So these panels just have 3 fixings on them. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. So nice and simple. So I'm going to start drilling that, but I'm also going to put the panel in place just for example for a bit, and then I'm going to then take it back down because I'm going to start to do stuff like mount devices and stuff because I'm nearly ready to mount devices and get this thing wired now. So, and then once it's wired, get it powered, and then we can move on to programming, which is
that's going to be tedious.
Not really. It's really easy actually to program 6500s.
Maybe Neil.
So yeah, it's quite easy to program these. So it's all done through the serial numbers and stuff. But from what I've been researching, it's not that difficult, and I've got manuals to hand. I mean, I'm not too clued up on them, but I know just enough to get me through. But yeah, I'm just making sure the inside of this panel is definitely fully clean. I'm just so nervous about breaking it or something.
It's metal. You can't break it.
No, I mean the circuit boards. I don't want little shit. Yeah, if you get little shavings on the circuit board, then well, that's not just for this panel though. That's pretty much any panel. It's just a death sentence for the thing if you get metal shavings on it. Yeah. So
still think they should make them the way they did instead of just having knockouts like they do on the other panels.
See, the thing is, I quite like it how it is with the drill. Just your drill where you need it because it does allow for a lot more flexibility. Because a lot of knockout panels, you'll notice they'll have drilled like in between 2 knockouts or something because they needed a certain position.
I just move the cable into that position normally.
Not always possible, especially on an upgrade. Right, so I've got raw plugs and screws in here for this install. So
you said it yourself, there's a risk of shorting out the circuit board with savings of it.
Yeah, but you get that with a knockout panel because realistically, knockouts are never knockouts; they are drill outs.
Well, I haven't really had to drill metal ones usually.
Yeah, try that on a C-Tech. They're drill outs, them lot.
What kind of C-Tech?
XFP, ZFP, MFP. FP, all of them lot really. They're yeah. I'm just preparing my new fixing locations. So there we are. Now just get some 5.5 plugs. That does not look level to me. Oh, maybe it is. Huh.
Well, when you put the panel in, you'll know.
Yeah, it's fine. If it's not, if the fixings aren't level, you've got a keyhole slot, so you can just kind of adjust them. I'm going to be knackered in work tomorrow because I can almost guarantee I'm defo going to be up all night playing with this thing. Sorry, I don't think we've got a very busy day tomorrow, so should be right. Right, so put 2 screws in there and in there. Angle the camera up a tad bit so you can just actually see what I'm doing and not just me. There we are.
Am I still in?
Yes, I don't know what I've done. There we are.
Well, you kind of hit me briefly.
Yeah, I just enlarged myself. Like, just made me the center focus. Which, yeah.
There's a way you can do that, I think.
Yeah. Okay, I think that is level as such. I don't know. I don't really.
I mean, do you know what I've been doing lately? I've been going through all of the streams and highlighting clips from them.
Yeah, I did see that.
Well, that was just from others. I mean, I'm doing my own next.
Yeah.
I kind of watched how I was experimenting with certain methods of how it worked and all.
Yeah. Right, okay, so panel back boxes on the wall now. So I can kind of see how everything sits and all of that. So let's grab devices and just start sharpieing a lot of, and I mean a lot of bases. So I'm thinking I'm going to go 6,006. I'm thinking I'm going to go 6,000, 6,000, and then carry on the rest with 6,000 plus. Or I'm just going to do 5, 5. Yeah, I'm going to do a 5, 5 configuration because I've got 10 detectors. So I'm going to do a 5, 5 configuration. So I'm going to stack them on top of each other and then just go around in a loop. And then loop back down to the wall sounder and then down into the call points and then back into the panel. So the call points will be last on the loop. So I think that's how I'm going to lay it out. It's just kind of a game of just play it by ear, see what it comes out like. But I'm going to remove a lot. I've got to remove a lot of detectors from the bases now because I need all the bases.
At least many of it all fit on the same ones.
Yep. .12-point back boxes and sounder base plate and one last detector back box. There we are. So there's all my bases and base plates all off now, so I can just put that back over there and start sharpening in. So I'm going to start off with this side where I'm going to go. I don't know what the 6,000 detectors look like because I like positioning them so the LEDs are in a nice position, but I don't know. It might take a lot of effort to do that. So if I lay it flat, what's that going to come out like? Okay, so the LED is just going to be firing slightly off the top, and if I flip it that way, it'll be off that side. Yeah, so I'll do it just that way. Yeah, so keyhole off to the side like that. So I'll just put you there. I'm thinking I'll just mark that there and there roughly. Yeah, because then I can slide that to the side of it there. Yeah, so do one there where the old 3,000 was. And then once I've got the detector holes drilled and all of that, I can then start getting stuff mounted, cabled. I'm just seeing how close that coil point is to the panel now, actually. Yeah, it's not too bad. So, get that in. See how it goes. I'm thinking the sounder I'll put next to the panel. I'll put.
Wait, is it?
Put the sound. Let's put the sounder there. No, I'll put the sounder there where the other 6,000 coil point's going to go. Because I'm going to put the other 6,000 coil point here. So I'm going to put that sounder there. Right, there we are. 6,000 sounders going there. So I'll just start drilling, get stuff in. I think that's a stud. Not a stud. Just a bit of solid wall there. Just a harder. No, most of this is just plasterboard, but I think some of that's like a bit more rigid stuff. Yeah. I don't know what that is that I've just drilled through. I think it's probably like some sort of breeze block or maybe just a bit of the insulation or something. I don't know. I'm just taking the devices out of this tub now, so I've got the rest of the stuff I need. So fixings. I'm gonna now start putting fixings in, fixing devices, bases to them, just so I can get a rough idea of where stuff is gonna go. Because once I've got a rough idea of where stuff is gonna go, it kind of gets the layout of the wiring a bit better. I do realise now that this might be a 2-part series. I don't know whether, or unless I just carry this live stream on until quite late into the night programming it, but I don't know whether it's going to even be wired by the end of tonight.
If you do that, I probably won't be able to stick around.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to smash this out as quick as I can, lad, but it's just a lot of effort.
How long does an installation like that usually take on a site?
Well, it's a lot different on the site because it is a lot different on the site. But for me, it's just dependent. I'm just being wary of that. I'm just being wary that I don't mess anything up. Really, I'm just trying to be very, very cautious with what I'm doing, and that's my main goal. Really, is just be cautious with it because.
Yeah.
You can't be too cautious with anything, really. You just take it carefully and work around it. I'm just sorting my screws out there for the panel. Right, so I've got 2 screws for a coil point here, so I'll put that coil point up temporarily just while I get all the mounting locations and stuff laid out. So while I've got stuff just being mounted, I'll be able to map out how my cables are going to run as well. I can draw it out on my notebook. Kind of. There it is. The 6500 is a very, very good panel. I mean, I've got a 6501E, but you can expand these systems, so it's not like if you buy a 1-loop 6500 that you can't just that you're stuck with that. Like, I can put a network card in this, and you just have to get hardware codes from Protec. They'll give you a hardware license key that you type into your panel, and that's how you upgrade the hardware licenses and stuff. So you can add more loop cards and more stuff like that. It's got some very good features, this panel, as well. Like, you've got a button on the back of it, so if the screen fails, you can hold that button down for a certain amount of time, and it will silence the panel. And then if you hold it down another period of time, it'll reset the panel. Right. Okay. So I'll just put this base for this sounder into place now. There we are. And then that sounder will clip onto that, like that. Oh, that's nice. Cool. Okay, so I'll just start kind of clipping devices on as I go. So I'll make that call point back box about there, in line with the sounder. So I'll put the one closest to the wall I'm going to do as the 6000 BKG. I need to get more batteries for my drills because I'm swapping between my impact driver and my drill here. I'm thinking about putting the 3100 up in place of the little notifier, but I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure whether I'm going to put the Protec 3100 in place and just make this whole row of panels Protec, or whether at the end I'm going to put the Carter's panel. Well, one of the Carter's panels, should I say? Or maybe put that new Lec panel up. I don't know. I've got plenty of panels which I'm thinking could go there quite nicely.
I didn't know you kept the new Lec.
Yeah, of course it is. It's a nice little panel. That it's really easy to work around. I like it.
Okay. Was it ADI that made the new Lec panels again?
No, it was Bardic, but for some reason they had the ADE logo inside of them.
That's it.
Yeah, not ADI. That's where we get a lot of our stuff ordered from.
What's ADE then?
Advanced Design Electronics. They made the Ascentas, the Optimas, the Concept. A lot of like.
And made the foreign panels for Bardic.
Well, a bit unsure about that stuff because Bardic bought ADE, so as far as I'm aware, it was just Bardic being weird and putting the logo on stuff. I'm gonna have to give the top of this panel a good wipe before I start commissioning it because it's going to get very, very dusty. So one thing I actually genuinely don't know about the 6500 is if it can even run 6000 devices. I've seen 6,000. Well, I've seen some 6,000 devices on the 6500, but I don't know whether it can run like. I don't know if it can run like the. I don't know if it can run like the old BKGs or something.
You can see them running on these.
Yeah, I don't know, because they released so many new...
Playing the 6,000 plus, isn't it?
Nope.
Well, it's meant to run Pro School.
It's 6,000 plus has got some different bits to it. It's 6,000 plus. It does like all the because you can use like the app and everything with 6,000 plus to program your device. I'm not going to be using the app to commission this system, by the way. I'm just putting that out there now because I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered importing files from my phone onto the panel. I'm just going to do it all. Well, I'll do. You see, it's most of it is on the PC end. The only thing that you have to do first through front end, which you don't, is just log in your loop. Loop logging finds your devices and then you allocate them. Right, okay. So, there's one device up, so 6,000 optical. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. So, now 6,000 plus base. I'm going to put that there. So, put that dot there and the dot there. So, yeah, wrong tool. Yeah, so my plan is just to set everything to the normal Protec alternating tone. Each device, just because this panel's got 100 zone LEDs on it, so I'm just going to assign each device to its own zone. So like one device I'm going to put at zone 1, the next device will be zone 2, so on and so forth. Just because I've got so many, I'll take that. I'll take detectors down after I've done that, actually, so I'm not getting dust in my detectors. That would be an interesting one. First commissioning of the system and my detectors are all false alarming. I'll get a wet paper towel on the panel. Right, so do you find it funny how it seems people are just dipping in and out of this live? I just see people dipping in and out, like. It's like they come in and then it's just like, hello, goodbye. Hello, goodbye.
I'm used to that.
I was wondering why the live stream was a tad bit quiet for me. It's because I took one of my earbuds out. These earbuds hurt, so.
Well, any earbuds hurt usually.
I know I prefer headphones, but can't be bothered pausing what I'm doing to go swap. So I'm gonna just power through. So once I've got like a lot of once I've got the devices mounted how I want them, I'll then start to lay my loop cable out. There we are. So I'll just clip a 6000 plus head on, just to see how it looks. Okay, that doesn't look bad. So I'll do 6,000, 6,000 plus, 6,000 plus, 6,000 plus, and then I'll move up 6,000 plus, 6,000 plus, 6,000 plus, 6,000. So I'll do these two end ones as 6,000. Or I could come out a bit further, so I'll do 6,000 plus, 6,000 plus, 6,000 plus, 6,000 plus, sounder, call point, call point. Nah, I'll do it the original way because it's easier. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll remove these bases, and after I'm ready, I'll get the panel back off the wall, and then I'll just start laying cable. I'll make a plug for the panel, and then once the cable's in place, ready, I'm going to have to strip down that Nitan 2KC because that detector's just getting plastered with dust at the moment.
You sure that's not going to activate
it? Probably. Those Nitans are sensitive as out, but I'm just going to see. If it does, then we'll all get to hear that system activate.
Why don't you just put the panel in silence mode? What?
Yeah, that's a fair point. One thing I am going to have to figure out is how to dim the brightness on the screen on this panel, because I know the screens are quite bright on these, and I'm definitely not going to be able to sleep with that. So we'll have to figure out how to dim it down.
You can sleep with any of your panels turned on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not bothered with like a little green light or something. Just having a full-on screen next to me is going to be interesting. But anyhow, to be honest, though, I slept through the last false alarm on the fire alarm system. So
you slept through it completely.
Yeah, I did. It's not a good thing.
Will that change in the next couple of years?
I just obviously clearly not that sensitive to the tone anymore. Just
what, Protec or
no, just any fire alarm tones really.
Well, you should be lucky that you're mostly immune to them, even if it's Actually, I wonder what the odds are of being awoken by a Maxitron.
I mean, I've not really got any odds of being woken up by a Maxitron at the moment because I've not got one wired in anywhere.
I don't know. What if? What would that wake you
up? Probably. They're brutal, them things. Right, so I'll put an extra device here afterwards. Quite good. I'm doing quite good with this system though. Actually, do you know what? I'm gonna just use I'm just gonna move my masonry a bit into my impact driver because I seem to be aimlessly swapping back and forth between the two when I can put my drill bit into my impact driver so it's got a hex on it. Everything's getting a tad bit dusty now. 5. Right, I'll just grab 2 more roll plugs. And 1 and 2. And 2 more screws.
Oh.
I'm not far off being ready to start wiring this now because I've only got a few more devices to be put up. This is the boring part with all this, just getting everything fitted.
Yeah, well, I think it's really the programming that's going to be more boring than that.
Not really. That's going to be the most entertaining bit of it all. Just getting all these serial numbers put in. Right. There we are. Right, so that's the 5th device there. So then I'll move up and I'll just move across from there. Right, there we are. And then need a base, screws. So I'm not sure what layout of devices I'm going to use, like what's going to go where, but I'll figure that out.
What you did.
No, I just know the base. I know where the bases are going, but I don't know the layout I'm going to use for what type of device. That one I'm going to put the early, like the 2004 or 2005. I can't remember how old it is. One, and then I'm going to go from there. The call points I can actually screw up and leave up. These can go ready in place now because they're glanded. They're not where the cables are just kind of come underneath all the detector bases. So I'll unscrew them, take them down, bring the cable into it, and then screw them back up when the cable's on. Right, there we are. So now I'm going to put another 6,000 base here. I'm going to put that there. And that's where I'm going to put another 6,000 optical. a bit here now because that's a dusty panel now. Give that a wipe. Yay, no longer very dusty. Oh, the TS-86 has taken half of the brunt of it as well.
Oh, what? How? Oh, you mean the dust?
Yeah, that's very dusty.
Yeah. Bring your vacuum cleaner out again.
Well, I'll just use the air blower and just clean everything off. It's actually looking quite smart, this already. I think in the future, I might swap these last 6,000 devices to 6,000 plus to keep them a bit more up to date. But
oh, come on.
No, there it is. So just put. Right, okay, so there's one more. So, my arm's aching now. Lots of drilling. Only 4 more detector bases to go, and then ready to wire. And then I can put the main board of the panel in and get programming. So I'll go that base there. Dot. And I'll come across actually. I'll mark them all because then I can get this done quicker if I just mark them all at once. Right. There we are. Hey, had a piece.
What?
Had a small chunk of plasterboard in me, mate. That was. I had a small chunk of plasterboard in my mouth.
That's weird.
Nah, it's probably come back at me while I've been drilling. So. Okay, there. So I just do these all in a quick row. I can then bash all their all plugs in. And then I know they're all in place, then I can start wiring. Right, so I'll quickly grab that now and just a light dusting of everything just to keep it all nice and dust free.
You see?
So start grabbing roll plugs and just sticking them all in. And then I'm not going to screw the rest of these bases up now because I'll be ready to get my cable out and start wiring. So I'll make a mains I'll make a mains cable off first. Actually, no, I have a pre-made mains cable. I'll just use that. Yeah. So, bang, 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 bang. There we are. Bases are all installed now. So, right, let's get wiring. So, I'll grab a roll of cable real quick. I'm going to go grab a plug. Once we've got a plug, so I can wire this panel into mains. So let's start. So what I'm going to do is device number 1 is going to be this base here. It's going to go. No, device number 1. How am I going to work this? Yeah. So if I go. I don't know where to go. So if I go up, I don't actually know how to work this, to be honest, with the positioning of everything. Because if I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then drop that back down into the panel. Yeah, I'll do it that way. So I'll do this top 6,000 as the last device. Yeah. So I just grab my impact driver real quick. Start taking bases down. Because it's wiring time. See, I think I might see. I'll show tonight a little bit of the programming stages, but like a lot of it, I'm just gonna do off live stream. Just because it is just quite a lengthy thing, really. You've got to plug into the panel and take configs and stuff, and build a config for your panel and stuff. It's a bit of a ball ache, so it's easier if I just don't bother showing it. So I'll just take every base off the system now. I'll start by getting cables in, so I'll get my mains cable in first. So that's like my main cable I need to get in, because that's what's going to be powering the system. So just take out that screw, loosen off these two, and then I'm going to just feed that cable up underneath this panel. So I'll just put there, and then put the panel back on the wall. See how much of this I need. So the power supply will be there, so I only need about that much maximum of that. Sound. Right, okay. So now let's start laying loop cables down. So I'll get my first device in. So at this point, I think it's probably alright for me to put the gear tray back in. No, I'll leave it out. Just I know roughly where it is. I'll leave myself enough slack in the panel for me to terminate into. So I'll come into the panel here, and then my loop's about there, so if I leave myself about that much, that'll be fine. So come up, come into that device there. So cut that bit of cable about there. So then I can, because it's so short, I can pull that out and kind of strip that and back and wire it. I'll just wire it on off the panel. The rest of them I'll wire while it's on the wall. But alright, so here's the next thing that I need to look into is what the wiring is for Protec bases, because I have completely forgot. Because it's W, X, Y, and Z are on the terminals, and I've not a clue what any of them do. So
sounds complicated.
Protec 6000. I'm pretty sure it's the same as 3000, if I remember correctly.
I didn't know they reused that site. I thought it was just convert to flats.
Oh, by the way, I found something else out, which the other day, I think. Do you know the website firealarmengineers.com?
Yes, I've known about it for ages. It's one of many inspirations for family photos, you could say.
I think it's gone. I think it's gone. Every time I try and get on that website, I can't.
Well, let's see what's left of.
X, Y, and Z. So X, Y, and W are the terminals I need to wire into. So loop in is X, Y is loop out, and then W is my loop negative. Yeah. Right. Okay. So.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. That thing seems to have been wiped out.
Yeah. So loop in comes into. Just angle the camera a bit around here so you can see what I'm doing. So there's a bit of a mess here right now because I'm literally just firing through everything.
That's why it's
Is that what?
I just found a picture of my Zone Master when it was on eBay.
Ah, mad.
But that was purchased in, what, 2018? Well, sometimes it's very good when these pictures are still around. Well, I've never seen that picture before. Must be a new one.
Have you been able to get onto firealarmengineers.com?
No, you're right. It is wiped out.
Yeah, I thought so. Right, so I'm just getting the first base wired in here. And once I've got the first base kind of wired in, that'll set the way for all the rest of them. So I'll drop my cable down and set back.
I need to do something about getting all my photos linked out to Google.
Yeah, I don't really have that many photos, mate. I've got quite a few videos. They're just me setting random systems off, but other than that, I don't really have much.
I don't know. I still think you should, appreciate the life that you have in some cases, especially like also maybe sort of take advantage of it. I mean, I get it. You probably do that sometimes, at least. What's this?
So I'll take that cable in there. I need probably about that much cable there for. So got through that. See, one thing I find about Protec systems when they go into an open circuit fault, they always seem to have the detectors clicking. I don't know why. The detectors just seem to click.
Weird.
I'm trying to just get these cables just kind of stripped back and prepared now for going in. So I just want to have this as seamless as I can, really just in. I mean, and this system is going to be the perfect example of what a C2 is.
What's a C2?
Compliance defect. It's yeah. So it's yeah. I know I'm making a joke there because I'm wiring it in Flex. I'm not using FP on it because it's expensive stuff, and frankly, it's a demo system. I'm not bothered about using FP on it. So
Okay.
yeah. But yeah, if you can,
you can afford a
if you
C2,
can,
but you can't afford FP200.
yeah, because after paying for the 6500, I couldn't afford the cable to wire it with. So I just went and bought some Flex. I wouldn't have wired it in FP anyway because
I get it. You would have needed to put the two together.
Yeah, the thing is, it's just expensive to use FP on a system which, frankly, is just for demo purposes. It's not in a commercial site or in a more of a training setting. Then yeah, sure. But the only thing I'm training myself on this panel is just how to set it up. So I'm not too bothered. I mean, I work around 6500s quite a lot because obviously, well, we have quite a few sites with 6500s on them, but they are one of my favourite panels to work with. They're just such an easy panel to work on. Servicing these things a dream. Even fault finding them is brilliant because they're a very easy system to work on. They're very intelligent systems. The only thing that does get a bit annoying about 6500s is when the software's not been updated on them. You have to download like loads of different versions of the PC tool to take a download from them. My laptop has got all the different versions of the PC tool on it, so no matter what 6500 I come across, whether it's an older 6500 or a new one, I can program it. So this one's brand new. It was only manufactured it was late last year. This one was manufactured actually, which is a bit weird. I don't know why it had a 2-week lead time on it when it was manufactured before I even placed the order. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a detector on that like that. I might have to slacken the screws off a bit on that because I think that's warping a bit too much for the detector to click on. I know, it's alright. Yeah, I'll slacken that side one off just slightly. There we are. Still solid. It's just. Sound. Right, I'll strip that cable back a bit further. Yeah, so the official model number of this panel is a 6501 EOC, which is 6500, one loop, no network card, with no printer and a charger.
Okay.
Well, again, as I said, you can expand these systems. Even if you have ordered like one of the E variants, you can get a network card upgrade for them, and then you just need a hardware license code from Protec to assign a new hardware license. That is one thing a bit strange about the 6500s. Like, if you change a display card or something on it, you'll have to use a hardware license thing to license it to the panel, because all of it's serial numbered and stuff. So even inside the panel, stuff is going off serial numbers. It's just it's an interesting way Protec works, but it is such a high-tech system. Oh, bugger. I think I've slightly nicked that cable there. I have enough. Do I have enough cable to put that and strip it back? Let me pull a bit more out. I might have enough cable to fix that mistake there. This is why I always leave myself a bit longer cable than I actually need, because if you make a mistake, you've got room to fix it. Making sure all my terminals are tight, because I could not be bothered tracking down an open circuit fault, even though it's only on a small system. Still just can't be bothered. Another thing, the 6500 isn't just a fire alarm panel. There are other versions of the 6500, like the 6500 WODU, which are a disabled refuge panel, which are based around the 6500. And you've also got like the Protec evacuation alerts panels, which I believe are also based around 6500, as far as I'm aware. Protec have got quite the good range of products out now. So you've got 6500 for your higher end panels, you've got 6100s for your lower end of addressable panels, and then they've got the 3000 plus range. So you've got your 3500 panels and 3000 plus devices for the conventional sector. 6000 plus space here. Getting ready to wire that. X was me incoming, yeah. X is my incoming, Y is my outgoing. And then W is my neutrals. Not doing too bad time-wise on this. I'm actually doing quite decently fast. I thought it was a bit later. So I'm just neatening up cables now, just to make it look a bit better. So there we are. Now on to the next device. So I need just a bit of cable. Like that much will do. Just to literally put a link. Nope, that's a bit short. Shit. So probably about that much. The link will take. Yeah, I'll do. I'll use this for extra bits. It won't go to waste. Strip that back. I've got to say, one brand I've noticed the quality slipping on a little more recently is Apollo.
Sure. With very intelligent call points. That's one thing.
No, detectors. Detectors, I've been noticing the quality's gone quite downhill on them. Getting a lot of issues with those pulling up. Device has an internal fault error coming up.
Is that Soteria?
No, yeah, Soteria is not brilliant, but I'm more on about XP95s. Don't see many issues with discoveries besides the voice sounders. They have issues. Protec don't seem to really have much issues. The only issues I ever really come across on Protec are the older systems, like when the devices are becoming more aging and stuff like that. They're just starting to fail. That's more like the old conventional systems are. It's usually not even Protec equipment. It's like usually the old Nitans and stuff that are becoming a bit more prone to failure. I was on a site with a Nitan system today, but it wasn't our problem. It was the warden call system wasn't signaling through, which isn't compliant, by the way. I'm just going to point that out. Warden call systems should not be monitoring fire alarm systems.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I can put that base back into place. Put that base in position. There we are. And then just moving on down the line. Just case of wire, move on, and so on and so forth until I've reached the last device. And then once I've done that, I'll give the panel a wipe down with a cloth, and then I'll put the gear tray back in it, get wiring in my loop. No, Protec quite. I don't know if they still do it, but they had a system out years ago called the plug and play system, where
you mean like SmartFix Plus?
Yeah. So it was.
What even happened to SmartFix Plus? I don't think I've ever seen it being used.
I don't think that's what it was called, but it was just called.
I'm not talking about Protec 6000's version of it. I mean, Hochiki did one as well, remember?
Alright, okay, I don't remember Hochiki doing
something. Have you not heard of Hochiki SmartFix Plus?
No.
I've known about it since 2012.
I don't really touch Hochiki that much. I think it's naff. It's not a great kit.
Only because you need programming. This one may be a little bit better. I'm just biased of Hochiki because you know why.
Well, Nitan's not that much better. The programmers for Nitan are well more expensive.
I mean the old Nitan, like not the new ones. The new ones probably is just the same as Hochiki, but those are hard addressed. They're all right, I'm sure.
Come across a lot of the sensor techs having issues though. The problem is they're all starting to age a bit now. Those old dip switch address ones, and they're having problems. Yeah, so I'm quite curious to whether Protec still do plug and play. I don't know. It was a weird system. I think only Protec themselves did it. Like as in, I don't know whether they sold plug and play to other companies because it was from like 6400 era, so they were still closed protocol at the time.
Can you even get like other systems that work the same way?
Nah.
Just smart fixed costing.
The closest you'll get to a plug and play system is wireless, pretty much.
Wireless is not plug and play, though, is it? It's different.
Plug in the battery, and away you go.
It works differently, though. It works differently too.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna look into getting a Protec wireless transmitter for this panel, so I can.
What wireless devices do they use?
It's just Hi-Fi.
You can use Hi-Fi on Protec.
Yeah, the translator module will just run 6,000 protocol.
What Hi-Fi is 6,000 protocol then?
No, it's different. It's not Hi-Fi. It's adapted from Hi-Fi.
Can you adapt a transmitter to any phone panel?
Well, no, it's custom-built circuit boards for Protec.
So Protec stock Hi-Fi and their own translator thing.
Well, it's not. It's not technically Hi-Fi. It's just our. It sort of is, sort of isn't. It runs Protec 6000. It works off 6000 loops, but it's the devices themselves are like Hi-Fi pretty much. It is Argus devices. I don't really like Vega that much. It's a bit difficult to work around. I think Vega is a protocol for companies that like to make it out like they have their own protocol when actually they don't. Like Advanced with their Axis protocol. It's just Argus Vega.
All right.
Just Vega. Rebranded Vega. That's all it is. And then you've got Eurotech with the Eurotech protocol. It's just Argus again. I quite like the look of the Eurotech panel. They're not technically Eurotech. They're Teledata 1 panels, but they look quite nice. But I've not really heard anything about them, so I can't really form an opinion on them. They look nice, but until I've worked with one, I'm not going to really say much about them because I can't really give a true definition of how they are. I've heard like one or two things about them, and some people say they're quite nice panels, but I don't know. Some people say that Kentecs are quite nice panels, so. I was just about to say, I wonder who sat in this live stream, because they've not commented anything, but I just saw there was a person watching and then they left.
I don't even know the people who have commented. I don't think.
I think MS Security post said something and then left.
And Alarms Galore as well.
I don't even know who that is.
Sure, I've heard of him, but I can't remember.
Oh, don't pay much attention anymore, mate, lad. Just get on with what I'm doing. Right, so. I'm sure I've got room up in there for that. See, this is the only bit that I just wish would go a bit quicker, is just getting it all wired in.
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, actually, I'm looking at the time, it's not actually taking me that long, it just feels like it is. I'm switching earbud, by the way. I'm only wearing one earbud because it's killing my ears now, so I've just switched which one I'm wearing. I can see somebody's watching it. So, whoever's there, hello.
Okay.
No. Oh, down they left. There's no much interesting to see at the moment. This is just dragging on a bit. I wish there was a way you could just pause, come back later once I've actually got some stuff done.
Why did you? Oh, right, yeah.
But, yeah. Right. So. Alright, so getting somewhere now. Slowly but surely, I'm getting somewhere. See, it'll be alright once I reach the last device, because then I drop down into the call points and I can finally get them things mounted. I'm just going to write down the barcodes for the call points and what address they're going to situate themselves at, because I just need to make sure that I'm noting what address the call points are going to be. So, address 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are going to be the call. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 are going to be the call points. So, I just need to mark down what serial numbers my call points are. So, I'm going to my notebook real quick. Address 6 is going to be the new style call point. So, that is going to be 8D6D68. 8D6 D68 6000 MCP. 7 is going to be, I know it began with a 7, 779299. BKG. There we are. So I've noted down now what address they're going to situate themselves at when because you allocate your loop front end. So you map your loop, you allocate your addresses front end, but then you have to set them up in the PC software after that. So it's quite good. So there's my loop cable. So yeah, I just need to bring one more cable out of there. There we are. So nearly there now. So I can just start getting some stuff finalised. Then once I've done that, I'll just kind of decide on what everything's going to situate them, where everything's going to kind of be situated on the loop. And once I've done that, I'll then put the panel together. I'll make some notes of all the barcodes and stuff. And then once I've made notes of all the serial numbers, I'll start to address everything. For now, just need to get everything wired. It was a painfully slow process known to man. Wiring up detector bases. Right, there's another screw. That's definitely not the right screw. There it is. Screw it. Bit too much. There we are. Right, so put that in there. I just need to strip that back a bit further. And then I'm gonna bring the cable for the next one up through the coil point to the detector bay, just because I'm not too sure about the length I need, and I'm not getting like a measuring tape or anything for me length. I'm just gonna bring it through the coil point. So I'm not doing any like thing crazy with this panel. I'm not like going to be cause and effects in all sorts of stuff. I'm just gonna get the panel in and yeah, do that. Right, so if I just pull that cable up there and bring that there, that'll drop that down in there, and that's fine. Good. Right. Bring that in there, push that in, and then if I bring that there, gives me enough room to wire in. Okay, so I'll bring the next bit of cable up, so I'll come out of the coil point now, up into this detector base, so I need about that much cable. Okay. See, I think I just can't wait to hear the sound just go off, because I love the sound of the Protec 6000 plus devices. I mean, the 6000 wall sounders don't sound anything too special, but
at least the sounders may not traumatize anyone, perhaps. They sound a bit more calm than most other sounders.
ooh. I don't know. Depends on what tone you set them to. When those things go on continuous tone, whoa, that's loud.
That's boring.
Continuous tone's very loud. On German fire tone, they just sound brutal. They genuinely sound like the end of the world. It's terrifying. I hate German fire tone. That tone is the only tone that makes me feel a little uneasy. I feel like I just get anxiety just from that tone. That's why I avoid setting any sounders to it. It's just a terrifying tone.
Well, I'd probably be most traumatized by just the BS sweep on a Roshni.
Yeah, I quite like setting systems for that. Sometimes I like what it sounds like on Protec. Protecs make it sound quite cool, BS sweep. I quite like it.
I wonder what that sounds like.
I'll set it up in a bit.
We haven't even powered it on yet.
Nope. It hasn't even got a circuit board in it yet.
Yeah.
panel's on the wall, but the gear tray is not. There's at least one of the detectors wired now, so start wiring that. Sorry, start screwing that up now. I need that cable to come right straight down now and into the coil point back box. So bring that straight down and go screw and screw, screw. There we are. And I'm just going to check with a 6000 plus device that it's all clipping in nicely. Loosen one of those screws off just slightly. I think the base is just slightly too warped. There we are. That feels like it's clipping on nicely. Yep. 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 Okay. That one just wants a slight tighten. That one wants a slight tighten. That one wants a couple turns. That one's fine. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out one of the call points, loop round into another call point, come into the sounder, and then go detector, 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 and then I'm going to go back down underneath. I'm going to take this 6000 back off a little bit so I can drop it back down into position as such. Oh God. Okay. I've just seen what's just been put in. The live stream's just been put into our work group chat, and that's made me feel extremely shy, but also not. I don't know. Right. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that. Anyways, so let's get. So what did I put this one down as? Was this 6? 8D6.
Don't be put off by it. You're nothing like me. You're better than that.
8D6D 68 is number 6. So that's the new call point. Cool. So the new call point will go there. I'll loop cable underneath and bring it in, and then I'll fire it out into the wall sounder, come out into all the 6000 plus devices along the top, and then finish on a 6000 base where that'll drop down into the panel. Then I can get my gear tray in, put the door on it, and then power it, get it all commissioned. Don't really know how to commission one of these, if I'm really honest. I have not a clue. But I'm going to wing it through it. Hopefully I can get it operational. If not, there's always tomorrow where I can ring Protec and get some advice, because Protec are actually surprisingly helpful.
Maybe to you then.
They're nothing like how they used to be, Protec, because Protec, bloody hell, never used to be able to even work on their panels without Protec engineers present. I think the only open protocol addressable panels from Protec that were like were pre-6000 were the AN4000s. I'm pretty sure it was the AN4000s, AN95 and AD86.
They all run Nissan though, don't they?
Yes, they do. They dropped Nitan with 6500. It was only 6500 that they dropped Nitan at. 6200, 6200, 6300, 6400, they all had a 50 version of it, whereas the 6500. The reason I think they dropped Nitan is because evolution is very different to the older 5000, but I'm pretty sure that swapping like for like 5000 on Protec sometimes is a bit strange, because it seems the new 5000 call points, which look like a 6000 call point, don't like to learn onto panels as the same. It's a bit strange. So that's my outgoing loop. That's my mains. So my mains will go into there, into the charger. And then my loop can come over there, and then I can bring the loop back in. Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out how to do this. So, I'm gonna run that cable around there. So, one thing that Protecs are notorious for, which makes up quite a few of the call outs I've been on, with a call out that you commonly get sent to on Protec systems, open circuit fault. And the first thing I usually would look for is a call point. And if it's the new style Protec call point, take it off and have a look at the little green plug on the back of it. Because 9 times out of 10, an open circuit fault on a Protec is the little green plug on the back of the call point has pinged off. Because they have a tendency of doing that.
Is that to do with FP200?
No, that's just to do with these green plugs just quite literally just like to pop off. They don't hold themselves in very well. I would not be surprised if in like a good few months' time I'll get an open circuit fault on this, and I'm defo going to run to this call point first because the plug on this one is super loose.
I've never had that problem with a new Star KSE call point, and I've got quite a few of them.
It's the Protec ones that I've never had it on any other ones. It's just the Protec ones that seem to be notorious for it. I don't know why.
Because you're not using FP200.
Well, that is a fair point. It might not, but yeah, I mean, any cable. I mean, I'm sure the last one I had, which had popped off, was in Pyro on a 6300. 6300. That's a panel which I do quite like, and I wouldn't mind a 6300. It's just obviously because of the dongle stuff with Protec, it's quite hard to work around them. But where on earth has my small flathead gone? I had it, and not that long ago, and it's disappeared. Okay. Well, fair enough. My screwdriver's done disappearing acts on me. Got a magic screwdriver. JP's magic screwdriver, the screwdriver that just likes to disappear. Oh, there it is. Right, so those two are my positives. So I'll bring a loop into the next call point. So I'll give myself a decent amount of cable. I can always trim down. I've got, I think that's a 25 or 30 meter roll of cable there, so not too bothered. It was quite cheap, that, from B&Q. It was like 16 quid for it. I was quite impressed at that. Yeah, so if I put a loop between that one and that one. Yeah, there we are, and then I can wire into them both. So yeah, Protec are a company that I quite like. It's not a company I'd go work for. I just get bored of it. Working around Protec equipment all day long is just not something I would like to do. I love Protec panels, and I love it when we get sent to service one, but yeah, it's not something I like to work with every day, because the one thing about where I work currently is we've got such a variation of equipment. You'll want one site will have an advanced in it, the next site will have some weird old ancient conventional thing, and then you'll go into another site and it'll have a brand spanking new 6500. And we also have a lot of very good intruder alarms, Menvias, best intruder alarms out there. Them things. I find a lot of our sites have got the same layout of fire alarm systems and intruder alarm systems. It always seems to be Protec fire panel, usually an S400, and a Menvia intruder alarm, usually either a TS or an M series. M series Menvias, bomb proof, them things. It's a shame they don't make Menvias anymore. Just they were solid intruder alarm panel. I mean, they tried keeping the Menvia name alive for a little bit with the Menvia 40s and the Menvia 40, Menvia 100, and Menvia 200, I think it was, or something like that. But they were just Scantronic Ions rebranded as Menvia. They're not a true Menvia. A true Menvia is something like an M series or a TS 900, TS 2500. The 790s are all right. They're just a weird little thing. But yeah, Menvias. I think when it comes to fire alarm systems, C-Tex and Protec are kind of the top notch. And Advanced are alright. I'm not a massive fan of Advanced. They're not a panel that I quite like as much as others. But I think C-Tex and Protec are kind of top notch when it comes to the fire alarms, and then intruder alarms nowadays it's just Orisec, which I would use. Orisec and Galaxies. Honeywell Galaxies are quite nice panels, but the quality control's gone a bit downhill on them, which is a bit sad. But when it comes to obsolete products, fire alarms probably still Protec and C-Tex. But when it comes to panels, good evening, dude. I can't read that. Oh, Jack. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's one of our other apprentices. Yeah, so I'm just at the stage now where I'm getting this call point wired in. Once I've got that call point wired in, then I can get the sounder in, which will be nice and quick because it's really easy to put a sounder in. And then it's just 5 more detector bases come down into the panel. Then once I can get that in, I can put the gear tray from the panel in. So that's I mean, I can take a break from this. I'm not going to set all the alarms off because that'll be a nightmare. But I can take a small break from doing the 6.5 and I can do a quick test on the host system. Let me just check that I've definitely got a key for the repeater. I don't know whether you can hear that or not. I don't know.
Is that key switch on a zone monitor?
Nope, that is a cheeky addressable key switch.
Oh, so you put a module in it as standard.
Yep, that's I bought that from Hachiki. See, those are it's a very much of a compliance grey area when it comes to key switches because they have to be specified in the fire risk assessment, and everybody has to have a key to them in the premises.
Okay.
They're quite popular. We've got quite a few. Sites with them in them. I know we've got a few specialist schools with key switches in them because for obvious reasons. I find Protec key switch call points are a nightmare because they just use the module out of a standard slide front KAC in them. So you have to mash them into the back box, and it's really difficult to get them together. But again, they're a bit of a strange one. Right, so I can get that call point on the back box now. So I need a KAC key and I need 2 KAC screws. Pop the call point apart. Another thing to note about Protecs, which is just a good bit of advice if you're working on one. If you're swapping a call point like for like, which is so if you're exchanging a device through the exchange menu, when you're swapping a call point, you've got to take it off the back box and then put it back together so it's out of fire before you exchange it. Protecs are strange like that. There we are. So the call point's in now. I can put the element back in because I know. And I know that one now. So right, so now I'm gonna have to struggle a lot with this old call point. Because that's gonna be a challenge within itself, is getting this old call point on, because that connector block is so hard to get into the back box. Protec did not make them very engineer friendly, I can tell you that one. I think they should have had like the spacer plate, but I don't have one, so I'm making do with it as it is. Luckily, it's in flex, which again, not compliant cable to wire a fire alarm in, but it's a demo system, so it doesn't really matter about compliance. I mean, I've got 13, I've got 10 detectors just all right next to each other, so. The house system's compliant enough, other than, and the only thing I would say that's not true. What?
Well, it's more reliable.
No, it's really not more reliable. We've woken up at about 3 o'clock in the morning about 4 times now from detectors false alarming. Oh dear! I had to swap. I'd swap the SLKE in my room for a different device because it just kept false alarming.
Which one's that?
The SLKE on the addressable base.
Oh, you mean the fire dynamics?
No, not fire dynamics. It's not a fire dynamics system. It's a cheeky addressable base. Fire dynamics is a completely different system. Weird stuff that fire dynamics get.
Yeah.
Quite like it, but. Chris, oh my god, my manager's put in our group chat the link to this live stream and then just put watch and learn.
Yeah, they worship it, don't they?
Well, fair enough. I mean, I wouldn't say any of. I'm just going to put that out there right now. I don't think anybody's actually on right now, but don't take any of this for educational purposes. It's just purely just for a bit of fun. Well, I would not, because frankly, everything I'm doing here is not probably the right way to do it. So just don't.
Well, it's not the worst thing you could do, though, is it?
No, I could be wiring it Cat 5.
Well, just tell them for any building, just use FP200. That's the only difference. Yeah,
and just don't take any of my advice on how to wire or program this stuff, because I have no clue on either. I'm just winging it. Winging it's the best way for me, because I just kind of figure it out, and usually it works. I'll take that call point apart now. Swapping earbud again because my ear's starting to hurt. Right, so this is going to be the tricky part now, is getting this call point in place. But once it's in place, I can wire the sounder and then start moving on even more. So I know 6500s are incredibly easy to service, and another thing that I quite like is there's a switch inside the door to disable the buzzer. It's not just on 6500s, you can also do that on 6400s and 6300s, but I just think it's a really good feature, that, because when you're servicing the systems and your panel's beeping away, you can just disable the buzzer entirely, stop the beeping. Right, so if I put the connector block there, does it fit? No. Where can I fit that connector block? Oh, there we are. Just kind of mashed it together a bit and it's gone. So now I just need to very, very carefully screw this thing back together before I slip and have the connector block fall down. I think it is quite interesting, the fact that I've got like brand new devices on this system, brand new panel, but then I'm also putting a cold point which is like designed for the old 6300 panels. It just shows how diverse Protec is. They just got old, new, and just in between. I don't know where my could do with my what's his name? My big pliers to tighten those glands down, but they were somewhere over there, but they've disappeared, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'll just tighten them by hand. Hand tight's probably enough. I will get some cable clips at some point as well and clip these cables, but for now I'm just going to leave it as is. Yeah. I'll tighten those ones. Protec's are very quick responding systems as well. I find they respond a bit quicker than Gent half the time. And Gent is notorious for being nearly instant.
Do you think Gent is too sensitive?
The detectors, yes. Protec could probably do with being a bit more sensitive on the detectors. Painful trying to service Protec systems, especially when they've got like the false alarm compensation. They're just, I mean, the one detectors from Protec which are quite sensitive are the older 6000 ionization detectors. They
did 6000 ionizations.
Yes, they did. They're very rare, but they're quite sensitive. Right, I can put the glass and stuff in that cold point now. Glass and cover. Not too bad. I'll get that sounder in. Just put that cable back a bit, so I've got the cable to work with in my sounder. I'll note down as well. I think I'm probably best noting down now. Number 8 is a certain serial number, because that device is also kind of fixed in device. So I was originally going to put a Miko on this system, but I could not be bothered even just trying to find a back box one. And also, I had no clue what to even do with it. Because Mikos, they sit on, like, the only back boxes I know they sit on quite well are the Skullmore Click back box. Is it Click? Yeah, I think it's Click. Skullmore's back boxes, I think they fit quite nicely on them. Yeah, so right. That come into the sounder. Probably do with stripping that back a bit more. And then it'll come out the sounder up and across into my detectors and down. So I'm not actually that far off now with my system now. But how's that XFP been for you, by the way?
It's been okay. Although still have an unanswered question about the unintentional operation of the intermittent tone on the CHUPS.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's probably arisen from some old cause and effects that I might have accidentally left in it or something. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I never have ever.
How do you actually operate it on purpose?
Well, currently, it would be set up. You could set an input on an I/O module or something to trigger alert, but class change terminals. There's class change terminals inside the panel, but I don't know whether they're actually. Yeah, input 1 and input 2, one of them two, but I don't know whether the cause and effects is still in the panel from them, or whether I removed it from previous things. I don't know.
Can you just short those out?
Yeah, so you'd put I think it's 0 volts to the input or 24 volts to the input 1 at 2.
Maybe I'll see if I can try it out at some point.
Yeah.
Wait, so it triggers alerts on addressable sounds.
Yep. But you might need to hook it up to a PC and program that in the cause and effects, because I don't know whether the cause and effects is still in that panel for
that. I mean, did you mean to program that bit on
it? No. It comes as default, but I did so much with that panel. I don't know whether what's in it anymore. I don't know. I did so much with it.
Well, so basically, like it came like that as standard.
Yeah, I mean, if you factory reset the panel, it would probably come back to it, but then you've got other issues then.
Didn't you factory reset it prior to programming it?
Yes, I did.
Okay, then you probably might still be on there.
Yeah, I don't know. Try it. Could be. I don't know.
I'll give it a try tomorrow, maybe. I mean, if it
works,
I'll actually permanently hook a short circuit to it or something. Like, I don't know, maybe key switch or something.
Yeah, they're not monitored inputs on those panels, so.
Well, I was going to use that key switch for the class change on the haze, but
yeah.
Maybe I'll use something else.
Yeah.
Actually, I could use that yellow cool point I've got. I'm sure that's non-resistant anyway.
Yeah. It's 15AA6A. That can be.
Actually, I can't remember what I've done with it. It's in one of the cool point drawers.
AA6A, 6000 SSR. So I've just wrote down the serial number for the sounder, because that's going to be going up, and then I'll write down all the serial numbers for the detectors when I put them up, because I don't know where they're going to sit yet. So yeah, they're quite easy systems to work around Protec when it comes to wiring them. Like everything rather just fits in quite well on them. Like the sounders and everything, it's just all easy, nice terminals. I like wiring them. Right, so I'll just strip back those two cables there. Yeah, I would say for any other people looking at possibly getting a Protec panel, I would not say to fork out all the money on one of these if you just want to run some Protec devices.
Yeah, I don't
think it's a very expensive
to anyway, because Well, A, they're really expensive, and B, they're really boring. I don't think it's worth £1,000 at all.
And more than that, it was about 1,500 quid.
Well, exactly.
I'd say for anybody wanting Protec kit, just go for a 6100 really if you just want to play around with it. They're a bit cheaper, and but there's less to them. I just prefer the 6500 because there's a lot more you can do with it. But I know there are some people I know with 6100s. I know I think if I remember correctly, like there was a guy on YouTube. I think it was like J1 Fire Systems or something like that. On a 6100. I personally, I don't really like the 6100. I think it's a bit cheap looking, but that's just me. I don't know. I don't like them weird.
It's not just
them weird.
Those weird panels are just hideous.
Yeah, they are ugly. They're really ugly, but it's just a weird design on Protec's part. Like I don't know why they made the panel look so strange. Like. It's same for the new conventionals, like the 3500 panels. They're in the same case. They just look strange.
I mean, even Zyton gives their looks a run for their money.
Oh, I don't know. Zytons are still very ugly. See, I like the look of the Fike panels made, like the Twin Flex Pros, but
they're way uglier than anything Zyton has ever done. I think the only thing I prefer Zyton over.
The Twin Flex Pro. It's a shame with Fike how bad their equipment is because it looks good. Like besides the call points and the detectors, but the panels are great. I would quite like if Fike was actually good quality and the panels ran like some sort of different protocol, I would use them. But it's just unfortunate the fact that
well, their equipment, their devices are just ugly.
Oh yeah, I know. They've always been ugly, and you need a special tool to remove them off the base. They're weird. They're just weird fighting in general. They're a strange company, but they're quite popular amongst electricians and cowboy fire alarm engineers. What I'm going to do is just to neaten this cable, I'm going to run it underneath another one of these bases. Run it under there. Wait the sounder. And through there. Right, so that will go in there, and then I just cut my wire to about there, and then that bit of wire can link to my next device. See, no cable wasted. I'm good at doing that. I just eyeball what length I think my cables should be, and then I end up nailing it first try, usually. This system's actually starting to look quite good as well with the layout of it all. Like, just my cabling and everything, it's looking quite good. Like, is there a way I can flip my camera around on this? Facing back. There we are. There's like just some of the cabling right now, so you can see. Just like little bits like that, just coming out and neatening it up underneath. Well, that's currently how it's going. Right. Oh, I've been live for 2 hours and 35 minutes. Mad. Right, so
what are you going to do?
I'm just going to continue wiring. I've just got literally just a few more detector bases to go up, and then I'll write down in my booklet what detectors are where, and then I'll put my gear tray back in, wire the inside of the panel, put the panel all back together, power it, and then I'll probably go off and commission it myself off to the side. I'll do a video at some point of working around the panel a bit, but like the main things to note are your menus. So 1848 is your user menu, and then 314431 is your engineer code. Go into your engineers menu, and then you go into tools menu, loop tool, and then that's where you can do like your loop logging and allocation of addresses and stuff.
Hey James, is it all right if I leave the stream now?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Well, thanks for having me on here.
No problem, lass.
I'll well, see you again sometime.
Alright, yeah.
Okay. See you.
Okay, so Matthew has gone off now, so I'm not going to say much for a bit. I'm just going to let you kind of watch along, and you'll just see this get set up. So yeah. Sure, a load of my screws have just gone missing. I'm running suspiciously low on screws here, and I had a lot of them. Okay. Now I just need to come out of that base. Come out a bit higher up, actually. Come out of that base, come in. So like that. Right, okay. So, wiring, X is your loop in, Y is your loop out, and W is your neutral. I need more screws now. So get the last of my screws there. Don't need extra raw plugs. And then I'm nearly ready to put the gear tray in the panel. Literally just got to get these last 3 detector bases up and then get it back into the panel and get my gear tray in, wire everything in the panel, and then power commission pretty much. It's gonna be that. This isn't my favourite part. This, I hate first fixing everything. It's just a ball ache. Just gotta put cables in, get all of that done. I don't really like all of that bit. I like the commissioning side though. Actually getting the laptop out and all of that. That's fun. But this is the boring bit, but it has to be done because, well, can't have a fire alarm system without all the first fixing. So, hey, I got it done. Right. So let's get a cable in now for the next device. Absolutely flying through this though, in the grand scheme of things. I thought I'd be still doing this by midnight, but might have it commissioned by then. So just another thing to note about Protec systems. Again, I've been mentioning it a few times, but I've not properly explained it. Is about noting down serial numbers, and that's because Protec don't address the devices like other systems. It is a digitally addressed system, so your devices are all addressed. You address your devices on the allocation phase of your loop. So you log your loop, it'll find all of your serial numbers, and then you note down the serial numbers to where you want those addressed to, and then you address them so on and so forth from there. So it's a bit different to other systems, which is quite interesting. Protec really have nailed it when it comes to an intelligent system, because this is truly a very intelligent system, and the way the stuff Protec systems can do is quite mad, to say the least. The very, very smart systems. That's why they're used in such big sites like prisons and hospitals and places like that. Use Protec for a reason. I mean, Manchester Airport's just had a massive upgrade on its fire alarm system, and you can see there, it's just Protec have really shown how advanced their systems are. All made here in the UK as well. Which is always a good thing. Not that far off completing this now. So I'm happy about, because it's sick to me back teeth for wiring these now. I feel so sorry for install engineers. Do not envy them one bit. Much rather just stick to call outs and servicing, mate. Easy. That's why it's easy. And not that I'm lazy, I just couldn't be bothered with all of this constant wiring. Yeah, right. Still does not feel real. Bloody hell, this feels like a dream. Just Protec everywhere. I've always liked Protec systems, but I always kind of just stuck with the CTEC stuff, mate, because CTEC, well, it's very open protocol, it's easy to get my hands on, and I know CTEC quite well. Not like I'm ditching CTEC or anything, I still love the CTEC equipment, but I think Protec very, very advanced and looks very good. I mean, you can see this one here, this is an old Protec as well, like, let's test cold points on it. You see the full key switch operation Protec. And then I'm putting this in right next to it. Really advanced, modern Protec 6500 touchscreen fire alarm control panel. Oh, where's the blood come from? Oh, where has that come from? I don't actually know where I'm bleeding from here. I've got blood all over my hand here and I don't know where it's come from. That's just. Oh, it's there. There. Oh, okay. Where's my lucky set? Wow, that was just surprising. I was not expecting that. I was like, it doesn't even hurt. It doesn't hurt, it just. That's mad. I must have caught myself on like something. I don't know. I don't know what I got myself on. Might have been my knife while I've been stripping my cable. I've just not noticed. I don't know. But yeah, sorted. Back to the Protec. See, this is why I do live streams more than videos nowadays, because if I am going to put something on YouTube, it's just funny to have all the unedited bits, just raw footage of just whatever happens, happens. I'm just being careful not to warp any of the bases here or anything. Okay, nice and secure. Yeah, better. Move along into the last device. Woohoo! Okay, so last device now. Give it short that now. There it is. Right, okay, and the last bit now is the leg back to my panel. So I'm just going to cut myself a piece about that long now. Just give myself enough to get back to that panel. Can always trim it down once I get to the panel. So and there we are. The panel is now ready to be secured to the wall. I've got my loop cables in. I can now just screw this panel up. I don't think that's going anywhere. Okay. Okay. Right, so that's battery strap there. So The battery strapped in now. So I'm getting the battery strap in now, and then I'm going to put the main PCB in, get the loop wired in, get the mains powered in, and put the door back on, power it. Pretty much nearly done. Got my loop wired, which I'm happy about, because frankly I'm just sick of wiring at this point. I just want to get programming. So that's exactly what I'm going to do, is get programming. I just need to this battery strap thing in. I don't actually know why battery straps are even in panels. Why these things move around much, so I don't know why the batteries have to be strapped in. But put the main circuit board in. Oh, main gear trace, not just circuit board. Everything on this. Not what I want it to do. Right. There's gear trays and stuff in the 6.5 now. So let's just get the rest of it in. So got my lead back into the power supply. The case. Tighten that down. Earth into the panel. Neutral. Live. Okay. And then just that into that little key flip. Oh no. And that's where the panic sets in, because I've just dropped the screw right down inside of my bed. Which is not what I wanted to do. Just move the stuff out of the way so I can get underneath and have a look. Oh. Okay. Hoping the audio's still working there, because something made a chime in my earbuds. Right. I can see it. There it is. Screw. And we pretend that didn't happen. Right. Screw in. Screw that into place now. Right, so that's my loop in. No, that's my loop out. That's my loop in. Hello. I've got a visitor. Hello. This is my cat, Bella. She makes appearances sometimes. She just likes attention pretty much, and clearly not been getting enough today because she wants my attention, which she very rarely wants. Hello. least I've got some company while setting this thing up. Bella. Bella. Hello. Hi. Just nicely dress my cables in the panel there. Make it look somewhat neat. Oh, now the exciting bit. Bloody hell, my panel's already got. My lid's got dusty from. My door's got dusty from just general leak sitting there, apparently. Alright, so now I just need those 2 pegs. Put the door on. And get the devices on the loop. On the loop. I'm struggling to get the door on if you haven't already established that. There we are. Even though you have to have some serious strength to get a door onto a Protec. There we are. See. Alright, so let's just close up the door now. Just clip on wiring harness, close the door, and just see what it looks like. Oh, mint. That does look extremely nice. Right. I'm done inside the panel for it. Do you want to go out? There we are. So let's just start with device number 1. Work my way up pretty much. So device number 1 in my booklet. So one is 8D1CC7. Number 2, I'm going to go for 6000 plus optical heat. Uh, 6000 plus optical heat. And then the next device, 6000 plus optical sounder. Number 3. Number 4 is thinking something that flashes. Or at least some. Actually, no. I'll go for a standard opt. I think. Yeah, standard optical. Six, I'm gonna go for optical heat with center and bad. Sorry, number 5. That's gonna be 1000 plus. That is TD1C5. They've all been noted down now. So, HT again. Number 9. Number 9. 2, 2, 5, 4, 8, 0, 1. Right. Okay. 10,000 and is EA 8F 4 5FB. Right, okay. Uh, 11. D 1 9 0 5 6 7. Right, okay. So I'm nearly there now for this. 12 is that is D 1 C 2 5 6 D 6. And finally 13. And that is 0 4 7 C A 5. There we are. So what I'm doing here is I'm just writing down all my serial numbers so I know which address as such I need to allocate these all to. So I've got my serial numbers, so all my devices are up, my panel's up. That is a lucky sick. So I now just need to power this thing up and allocate it. So I'm going to put a roll of FP there. Right, so get this thing powered. It's ready for commissioning now, so I'll put batteries in it. So negative on that one, like that. Undo my battery strap. A nice amount of slack on the battery strap. And put one battery in. Enough room for all the batteries there. Move my temp sensor out the way for a second. Right, so now for the big part, applying mains to the panel. This is the part I'm the most nervous for now. Right, we're on. Alright, so panels on, so I'm going to go into tools menu, loop tools, loop logging, panel loop 1. I'm just going to log it now. Oh, log. Didn't need to do that. Oh, I need to protect the film off the screen now. Oh, mint. That looks amazing. Haven't seen anything flashing or anything. The screen's not showing anything. Missing one. Logged one. Nice. Logging complete. Okay. That's not good. I should have found a lot of stuff there. What's my faults? Open circuit, side A. Address 2. Device missing. What's. Wait, I've got a third fault now. Device added fault. 047 CA5. That's the optical, isn't it? Maybe it's time to just maybe I should allocate it again. I don't know. I'm not familiar with this panel, so I'll just go into user menu real quick just so I can shut that up. Tools menu, loop tools, loop logging, panel loop 1. Just see what it finds. It's saying there's an open circuit fault. I really can't be asked with an open circuit right now. Please just work. What? I'm so confused. Exit. Not a clue. Genuinely not a clue here. I'm just winging it. Oh, that's something. It just did something. It did something. Why have I got a device blinking? I've got a device blinking. What device is that? Wait. 11. 13. Yeah, that's the last one on the loop. That's the one it found. Try and log the loop again. Don't know. Might be time to get me multimeter on this. I wonder if I actually do have an open circuit fault. No, not finding it. Tools menu, loop tools. That menu. Not much of a clue here. See what that does. Jolly good load of fuck all. Right, so that's doing a good lot of flashing. Unless I've wired stuff wrong. Maybe I've wired it wrong. Diagnostic tools. Loop info. On a loop one. Right, there's a random device on there which looks like it's from something they tested in the factory. So I'm removing that. Well, I think I've removed it. I don't know. I clicked remove, so and then clicked save, and now the panel's just not doing anything. So I'll give it a minute. See what it does. Yeah, no, it's gonna be trial and error for me on this one. Loop logging. Right, let's go loop logging on a loop one. Let's just wait, see what it does. Just kind of clear off what I've got here. I've got my booklet of all the addresses, so it needs to be logged one. It's found one device. Why is it only finding one device? Open circuit fault on the loop. So it must have an open circuit somewhere, which would explain it must be device added fault. Yeah, I know. At least it's seeing the device, which I'm happy about. But so at least I know that it's seeing the device. It's just having issues with the loop. I'm having issues with the loop. Oh, this live stream's kind of just gone from wiring a 6500 to immediately going to fault finding on it. I plan on just running this live stream through till I get this thing fully working. So whether that be by midnight, whether that be by early hours tomorrow, who knows? But I will get this panel working. I'm a determined bugger, me. I will get it working. Just clearing off the bed a bit so I can just chill back a bit now, so I can lie back and program a panel. Well, hopefully program a panel. Trying to figure out what's causing this open circuit fault. I have to recheck all my terminations and stuff. All like this. Right, so it must be like that. Right. It's all right in there. So the inside of my panel part's bright. It's coming. Oh, I bet it's that call point, isn't it? I made a joke earlier about the open circuit fault stemming from a call point, but I have a small feeling this time it's actually not. I'll just check. I could have got my wiring backwards here. I bet I've got the X and the Y terminals, or the WX or whatever it was. Protec 6000 base wiring. 6000, so loop in was into X, loop out goes into Y. Loop in into X, out into Y. Yep, that's right. Unless that's not the same on 6000. That's 6000 plus, and I've done that right for all of them. I don't know where this open circuit fault stemming from, because I've got to take down all my heads, because I know what addresses go where. I've got them written down in the booklet. So let's just take down all these heads, see if I can see anything obvious. Right, so now theoretically they're all taken down now, so I shouldn't have an open circuit fault anymore. So I'm going to wait now, see if an open circuit comes back in. If it doesn't, these are probably wired wrong in some way, shape and form. What fault's just come in? Open circuit. Okay, call point time. Let's have a look in those call points. Because I know panel. It's the most annoying beep I know to man that. Shut up. Right. Let's have a look in these call points, because I'm wondering whether this is stemming from. I almost am certain it could be from this here. All this sounder here. Not finding any of these. Let me just check my voltage at like this sounder here. No voltage. Absolutely nothing. No voltage at all. Is that wired right? So, loop drive open circuit. $19 volts. Yeah. Okay, so on that note, I'm going to end the live stream there. I've got some serious digging to do, so thanks for watching. Bye.